Okay, let us try to solve this particular feedback problem. For the simplicity, we have taken error E and this your feedback B as intermediate variable. So what you will get? You will get error E will be equal to, or you can say ES will be equal to what? RS minus BS. Okay, and BS itself will be equal to what? CS multiplied by HS. So put this value of BS here. What you will get? You will get ES will be equal to RS minus CS HS. Correct? One more relation I need to remove this ES. What it can be? CS itself will be equal to GS multiplied by ES. So we are going to say equation 1. CS will be equal to GS multiplied by ES. Okay. Now put the value of ES from equation 1 into this equation. So what you will get? You will get CS will be equal to GS multiplied by RS minus
CS HS.
CS HS. Correct?
Yes, ठीक है.
Correct? Equivalently, you can say GS will be multiplied by RS will be equal to minus CS HS and C. Okay? Take this CS common from both sides. So, we are going to rearrange this equation. Means here it is CS. So, we are going to rearrange. So, after rearranging this equation, what you will get? You will take CH common. You will have 1 plus CS HS will be equal to GS upon RS. And you know total transfer function you are going to say is say TS, whatever it may be, the total transfer function will be equal to Laplace transform of output divided by Laplace transform of input. So what you will get? You will get GS divided by 1 plus GS. Okay. Correct? Note that. Yes. Note that. Here. If your feedback is negative, here the sign becomes positive. And if it will be positive, it will be negative. So I am not going to solve for that positive same. Okay. Now, let us move further. This one, rule 4. Rule 4 says that your whatever it is in left side configuration will be equal to the right side configuration. Can you verify it? Means what we are doing, we are shifting this summing point beyond the block. Okay. Just look at the output equation. What you will get it is an output in this particular RHS configuration. You will have CS will be equal to X plus R into G. Correct? What you will get in this particular configuration? Because when you will shift this particular summing point beyond the block, this X is going to be multiplied by G. So you know that in final formulation, in your original formulation, there is no multiplication of G term with X. So what you will do? You will pre-multiply it with 1 by G. So here what happened? X multiplied by 1 by G. Okay, correct. R means X multiplied by 1 by G plus R is the input to this G block. Got it? And what will be the output? Means you can say X multiplied by 1 by G plus R is the input to this block. And output C will be equal to multiplied by G itself. 1 second. So this G and this G will be cancelled out. So X, you will get X plus R into Z. 1 second. Shifting summing point after a block means it is beyond the block. You want to take it after the block. So what will happen? Then equally you have to multiply with G. Correct?
So summing block and the G.
Just verify it. Okay. C will be equal to what? C will be equal to what? Here is the input is R plus X and C will be equal to what? G multiplied by R plus X, or you can say ZR plus GX is input here, output here, and your output should be same here. So because these two configuration I am going to say are similar. So what will be output here? Okay, it should be positive. You want to say, no? Okay.
So the summing block is containing G, right? In original block diagram.
Here output is what?
Sir, summing block.
Just. Okay, this you are saying G, and here also two mistakes are there. G should not be there. Okay, by mistake it has been written, and here it should be positive. Now it is okay because you will get G multiplied by here R is missing R and X. Okay. Here also you will get C will be equal to, this is positive sign, C will be equal to G multiplied by R plus X. Correct? Now let us work on the take-up point. Breathing. Remote this. वहाँ देखिए बाहर. Now work on the take-up point. Okay. This take-up point you want to see beyond the block. So what will happen? Once again work on the output. At the take-up point, you know that the value of signal remains the same. So here C will be equal to R into G. Here X will be equal to R into G. And you want the same output from the reduced block or from the changed block here also. So it will be multiplied by G. X will be equal to R into G and C will be equal to R. Correct? Once more, if you want to take if you want to shift this take-up point in front of G. So equivalently, here your C is equal to R into G and R is equal to R itself. Okay. So here you should also get the same value. Here you will get R into G. So you have to divide by 1 by G so that your R will be equal to R itself and C will be equal to R. So these are some you can say the formulation for the block diagram reduction, and I hardly remember anything while solving the problem. So you have to just analyze. Just look at this at home twice and try to solve the problem without referring to this. Okay. So let us take one question. Simplify the given block diagram. Means means whatever is represented here, you have to simplify it as a block, just simple block, such that you can have only this thing, means R and C. So what will be the value of this block? Correct? This particular question has been asked in IAS 2013. Okay? Try to solve. There can have multiple approaches. One of the approach is taken by Shubham Sati and what's your name? Anshu. So I am going to take another approach. Okay. What I am going to do? I am going to take this summing point here. Okay. Note. Means we are going to start this problem here. This is the same problem, and I am going to take this summing point here. What will get? Your feedback gain will be divided by C1. So this will be your step 1. You have to draw this diagram. Okay. After that, what you will do? You will multiply that both the gain to get that G1, G2. Correct? After that, you will interchange the summing point. Means, note that previously it was connected in like this, here and here. That is the important point. What I wanted to show you, that you can interchange the summing point. It is not going to change anything. Okay. So you have interchanged this summing point. Correct? After interchanging, the numerical means the problem has simplified itself. Why? Because now you are going to work on this inner. It is in feedback with positive feedback. So you will get negative sign here. Correct? After that, you are going to multiply. It is in cascade. So G1, G2 multiplied by G3 upon this denominator will be a single block. Okay. This. After that, you are having one block with negative feedback here. So you are going to solve this particular. This one. So you will get this. G1, G2, G3 upon something denominator. And you are left with only a single feedback component with feedback gain just 1. Here is nothing is given, it means it is 1. Okay. So you have got this. So those who have solved, please check your answer that whether it is correct or not. Is your answer is similar to this? Because I know that your approach is okay. But if you have committed any mistake, then your answer may be different. Otherwise, this is correct. Correct? Shubham Santi? Okay. So now, let us start. I am formulating it as a concept so that you can remember. Whatever I am going to say means interchanging two summing point has no effect on the analysis of the system. Means here it was easier that you have worked on the take-up point and you have taken that take-up point, changed the position of take-up point. But in some cases, you may left with the two summing point and you will be unable to proceed further. So you have to apply this concept. Interchanging two summing point has no effect on the analysis of the system. This is a very important point which is generally not found in the book. So that's why I have formulated this as your first BK concept. Okay. Now, going back to the result itself once again. Let us look more closely. Our result was G1, G2, G3 upon your some denominator. Look at the numerator. It is multiplication of G1, G2, G3. Okay? And try to look back once again our original problem. So you will find that G1, G2, G3 is the only forward path available in this particular problem. So you can say this is forward path gain. multiplication of forward path gain means there is only way to reach C from R. This is the G1, G2, G3. 3 stations are here. So these are going to be multiplied. Is there any other way to reach C from R? No other. Okay, because if you will try here, you will go back. If you will try here, yes. No, not possible. Only this way. So this is your forward path gains. Multiplication of forward path gains has appeared as a numerator. Means how you can check your answer directly. In exam, I am trying to say that particular trick. Okay. Second, note on the denominator. Note the denominator. Denominator, you can say denominator is 1 minus product of transfer function around each loop. 1 minus product of transfer function around each loop. Means I am going to take this negative sign outside this. And you are going to take a parenthesis here and I am going to take the negative common. So what you get? 1 minus G1, G2, H1. G1, G2, H1. See. G1, G2, H1. Being applied in feedback, product of transfer function around each loop means one loop. One loop is being completed. G1, G2, H1. Here it is positive, so it will remain positive. Second one was what? Minus G2, G3, S2. G2, G3 and S2. But since here it is negative sign, so it will be negative. So G2, G3, H2. Correct? Once again minus Z1, Z2, Z3. So Z1, Z2, Z3 and multiply by 1 also. 1 with a negative sign, so I will negative sign. Correct? So you have learned how to check your answer. Means you have your numerator should be equal to summation of your forward path gain. If suppose there were two forward paths, then it will happen like this: G1, G2, G3 plus that gain of that forward path. And since here in this particular problem there is only one forward path, so this is forward path gains. Okay, and 1 minus product of transfer function around each loop. Means you are going to consider how many loops are being formed. 3 loops, 1 loop, then second loop, then third loop. Okay. So 1 minus all these loops directly. So you can directly check in your examination for your mistakes. Okay. So this particular, I think, this particular formulation or this particular observation might have been mentioned to invent another type of analysis tool, that is signal flow graph. उनको इसने मोटिवेट किया नहीं पता मेरे को, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ऐसा देख के उनको ख्याल आया होगा, है ना? चलिए, before moving to the signal flow graph, we will look into one small topic, that is block diagram and transfer function of multivariable system. Suppose if you are having provided with a block having multiple input, named as R1, R2, and up to Rp, and multiple output C1 to Cp. So what you are going to do? And if you are going to take feedback of this, means this will become your GS matrix. Means you are going to name it, instead of saying that it is transfer function, you are going to say that it will transfer function matrix, feedback path matrix. And if you will solve this equation similar to that one, previous one, the only difference is that these are matrices. Means they can consider multiple values. Like here, GS can have some matrix value. Okay. HS also can have some matrix value. Okay. And this R vector, RS, you are going to say it is a column matrix, so we can also say vector R1, R2, R3 likewise. And CS, you can have C1, C2 up to Cp. Okay. And for 2 cross 2, suppose you are having 2 input and 2 output, what will happen? you will have your matrix here only. Okay. And this your output will be this, and this will become 2 cross 2, 2 cross 2. And if you take such, if you try to solve such problem, you will get the similar result. Means CS will be equal to, what was the previous case? It was 1 plus GS HS, means GS HS divided by 1 plus GS HS. But since here you are dealing with matrix, so if you will take that particular term common, you will left with identity matrix of corresponding order. Okay. If your system is of 2 cross 2, you will get identity matrix like your I will become 1 0 0 and likewise. So for multiple input, multiple output system, if somebody is going to ask provide the you can say transfer function matrix, you are going to use the same formula I plus GS HS inverse multiplied by this, because in the previous case it was divided by that I have taken upside. So you know that here inverse term is being here. So this this particular matrix I plus GS HS should be what? Non-singular to define this inverse. Okay. Why? You define if you might have remembered your mathematics, I hope, means A inverse is equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. So if you want your inverse matrix to exist, what it should be? Determinant of A should not be 0. So first you need to check the determinant. And by saying that determinant is not equal to 0, you can equivalently say that this your matrix A is non-singular. Okay. Non-singular. So I have taken one numerical question. Find the total transfer function matrix for the given forward path transfer function and feedback path transfer function respectively is. So you are given with GS matrix, means transfer function forward path transfer function matrix, and HS is equal to another matrix 2 cross 2. So what will be, they are asking the value of it. So you can directly apply this formula. I plus GSHS, what will be the order of I? Means I will be the identity matrix of 2 cross 2. Why? Because your GSHS are 2 cross 2. So we are going to solve this. I plus GSHS inverse multiplied by GS will be your transfer function matrix. This is more of mathematics problem and less of control system problem. So solve it at your home and check the answer. You will get finally this value. Total transfer function will be this. Correct? So if though it is rare case, but if such type of questions, if there is the examination for multi-input, multi-output, you can also find transfer function matrix. Okay. Now, moving to the another topic which we are talking about, that is signal flow graph. Signal flow graph is basically the another representation. Likewise, first representation was the block diagram representation. This was actually, you can say, the simplified version of block diagram representation, and it was introduced by S.J. Mason for cause and effect of linear systems that are modeled by algebraic equation. I want to say signal flow graphs are applicable to linear system only, and for those linear systems which can be modeled by algebraic equation. Okay, these are not applicable for non-linear systems. So this is one of the shortcomings of your signal flow graph. Here, in that particular block diagram representation, you have used arrow sign for signal, but in this particular case, you are going to use nodes to show your variables. Okay, so nodes to represent variables. Signal travel along the branches only in the direction described by the arrow of the branch. Means if you are going to say that this is So signal can travel in this direction only, not in reverse direction. That was the similar case happened with the block diagram also. Another thing, a signal Yk traveling along a branch between AK, Yk and Yj is multiplied by the gain, what you can say, AKJ. A little bit mathematical, let us make it simple. Suppose here you are having a signal Y1 and node Y1 is a variable and node Y2 is another variable, and here path gains you have to represent it here. Okay, say A12. Okay, so what will be the value of Y2? Y2 will be equal to A12 multiplied by 1. As simple as this. Okay. And in block diagram formulation, you were having the summing point, and at the summing point you can also take the negative value. But here, if the value of gain is negative, you have to represent it here one negative. Then correct. Input nodes are also known as source, and these are the nodes which is having outgoing branches. Means suppose you are having some node like this, then you can say this is your source. Accordingly, at sync, all the graph will try to converge. Means divergent and convergent nature. Output node will be equal to sync, that will only incoming branch. This is your output node or sync, or this is your source. Now, since we have said that this is another representation for block diagram, but these signal flow graphs are relatively more strictly handled by mathematical formulation rather than the block diagram representation. So let us try to represent some familiar graph, means familiar block diagram into corresponding signal flow graph. Okay. Let us see. Here, a block is having, simple block is there, input is US and output is YS. Okay, and gain is GS. So what we are going to say, your gain will be here above GS, and Y1 will be equal to what? US, and Y2 will be equal to YS. Okay, means variables, these are variables are represented as a node, and gains are on the above to the corresponding directional path. Okay. Take one second system, that one is parallel of, you can say G1, G2. So this particular parallel system you can represent with the help of this. Here it is a node U, so here you can also take a node and you can take gain 1 here. 1 here. Okay. Node US means variables are represented by node here, and gains are represented by 1. So here 1. Gains are represented by L. So here it is 1. Once again, the parallel path is there. So with G1 here, so once again G1 gain and G2 gain, these are equal to Y2, and once again multiplied by gain 1 is equal to Y. Very simple. Okay. Third, for feedback type of configuration, here you can see the negative sign, but there is no provision for negative sign here, so you have to write the negative sign with the gain itself. Okay, so here 1 and this GS and HS with negative sign, so you have to write here minus HS. Correct? Okay. If you have understood enough, then try to write the corresponding signal flow graph for this. If nothing is given, by default it is 1. Okay. Is your corresponding signal flow graph is like this or not?
So minus inches over here.
Minus.
Minus inches operated minus inches.
Here one, no?
Yes.
Anything else? Minus H's. Okay. G1 with positive. Have you got this? If you have solved like this and you have got this answer, you have got this well and good. But if you have, how many of you have got this or something different? All of you. Well, see here, it is a take-up point. Here it is a summing point. Here it is a take-up point. Here it is a summing point. I think by default you have got. It's by mistake or you can say. See, here I have shown both these nodes together. But here I have shown separately. I'm surprised that how you got this result. I have not shown it separately. You have shown separately.
Yes. This is
But here it is different. I have taken the node together and you are showing
I have
separately.
taken both the notes together.
You have taken both the node together. Anyone else? You have taken both the node together. You have also. Okay. See, one more rule is there. When we try to reduce your block diagram to corresponding signal flow graph, you will observe something. That observation, here I am giving you as a capsule directly. Okay. If, say, it is my formulation. TSS means if take-up point. Try to remember this because question will be asked like that. Reduce this given block diagram into corresponding signal flow graph and then apply Mason's gain formula to get the transfer function. Mason's gain formula will read further. Okay. So I am formulating this. TSS. T is for take-up point. If take-up point is before summing point, so letter T is before S. Take-up point is before summing point. Okay, take-up point is before summing point. So it separates. What the concept? At the feedback path, take-up point was before the summing point. That's why I have shown it separately. But why at that end, means left end, the summing point was before take-up point. So you can show with the same. So if you remember this particular tips, you can also go for the other one. Okay. This particular tip you can remember as another detail. Well, see the question once again. Take-up point TSS, take-up point before summing point is separate. Just we are going to check it that. If take-up point is before summing point separate, okay. No, here take-up point is not before summing point. It is after the summing point, not separate. So it with the same. Okay. Now, there is a very famous formula. I have said that these signal flow graphs are actually invented by Mr. Mason. might be inspiration here, right? Is inspiration from that block diagram formulation also. But he has given a general formula that is known as Mason's gain formula. This particular formula is used to find the total transfer function for a given signal flow graph. Means if you want to find the total, suppose I have given this signal flow graph directly as a question, and I am asking that find the total transfer function for this particular signal flow graph. So what will be the total transfer function? Total transfer function will be Cs upon Rs. Okay. So this Masons is trying to introduce to a formula like big concept here also use this name Mason's gain formula. Okay, so Mason's gain formula. We will see this Mason's gain formula in next class, and we will try to